Well, Marcus, it's been a very interesting afternoon against a difficult, stubborn Kidsgrove side in the FA Cup, but 2 quality goals, one from Lyndon Meikle yet again, reminded me very much of that Redditch United match, and then topped off by O'Connor's goal in the end, but must have been quite frustrating for you as manager.
Yeah, you want early goals. I think they cleared it off the line about 2 or 3 times, certainly early doors in the first half from a set piece. It's going to be a natural sort of common picture we're going to see, I think, here with the way our home form is building. And I just think as long as we show good perseverance like we have done, the quality of a certain individual at a certain time will come through. And I think that showed again today. A great ball from Rene Ferraza for the second, and a great strike from Lyndon from the edge of the box, through a crowded box. But up until that, we really were forcing the issue. We played a little bit quicker than what we did in the first half, and I felt their goalkeeper pulled off 3 very good saves as well as a great goal line clearance.
Yeah, goalkeeper Patton certainly played his part in it, but Malbon also caused you a few problems, didn't he? The forward for the side.
Yeah, but, I've known him for a while. He's technically very, very good. He caused a big stir when he joined Kidderminster in the conference. I think while Kettering was still in the conference, he joined them, and he holds the ball up, got a fantastic touch. He was isolated a fair bit. I don't think Paul has had real sort of major shots to deal with. They've had like areas, balls flashing in there we've had to deal with, but I think that's our it's another clean sheet at home. That's a solid, a real good foundation and a basis to work from.
You were forced to play a few fringe players today who've been knocking on the door with the injuries sustained at St Ives Town on Tuesday, but all came through okay. And
Ben was nice and solid. I think he had a bit of a patch in the second half where he got a little bit stressed and did give the ball away a few times, and throw-ins were going a bit, so he just needed to settle him down. But overall it was a nice solid performance, and the likes of Ben and Gary, who's put in a good shift for us. He's certainly, every time he's come off the bench, he's done the job that we've required and helped us push through. So he's deserved his start, for the patience and working hard in training. We, as much as we want the continuity of the side to go on, you're going to need the core to support, whether they're coming off the bench or just filling in, for a couple of weeks or games to cover the injuries, because we're going to pick them up.
James Brighton, how's his injury?
He's probably going to be. We'll see how he gets on this week. Certainly, he might be in contention for Chesham, if not Banbury, but Ben will carry on the role going into Tuesday, and then we'll take things from there.
Yeah, we start the defence of the Hillier Cup against Desborough here on Tuesday. Will that be a vastly different team, do you think, to today?
We've got to take on board how many players have played a lot of games and been regular starts, and the likes of Ben Tosland, Ben Baker, Gary and Minash, they certainly need some starts. We'll be heavily using the under-21s as well. We can't really keep playing. It's not as much as we really want to do well. The league, the month is quite
congested, isn't it?
Yeah, it's literally Tuesday, Saturday, right through to the end of November. We are looking to sort of get players in to support the current squad. And it's difficult because of how well we're doing, which is a bit odd, but yeah, it's very difficult.
Frustration for you then this
Well,
season.
yeah, because you're selling them the dream, so to speak, and you say, look, you get in, and they're looking at your clean sheets at home, and they're looking at players scoring, and we're getting an array of players from where the goals are coming from. Which is,
most teams have one person isolated, which can be scored from all angles, don't
which
they?
is great. It's a great, a great situation to be in, because you could look at isolating one player and sniffing the opposition out, but we've got about five or six players now in and around the 3 to 5 mark, which is and like I said, at any given moment, especially at home, we need that bit of quality to get us over the line, and they're certainly coming up with it when needed. Over 90 minutes probably not so much, but who's going to play well for 90 minutes week in, week out? If they did, then they wouldn't be here, would they?
They wouldn't, but we've got Chesham United next week. They did the double over us last season. It's their first wins over the Poppies. They haven't got off to a brilliant start, an average start. I think they're about 10 points. They're in mid-table, but present us with a different challenge. And then we've got Banbury United.
Yeah, we got two two big games in which we want to be playing in front of our home supporters. We want to keep the foundation of what we've done at home up to now, so it's keeping it tight and solid. We kind of know how teams are going to come and play us here, because you don't you when you talk to other managers, and you kind of get a vibe of what they're saying to other managers, and pretty much every side that's come here has gone and tried to play the same way, and in fairness, it is probably the right thing to do. It does make life very difficult, but at the moment we're overriding it and overcoming, and the individual at any given time has come up with the goods.
They have indeed, and there's a long way to go, isn't it? But it's better being this end of the table than the other end of the table, isn't it?
Oh, massively, and in all competitions as well, which we want to be in, and we will do everything we can against Desborough, and then we've got 2 massive league games, and then of course come Monday we'll know who we're playing on that following Saturday. So
home or away, does it matter?
I think now it's home. Home is really key, whoever you're playing. I still think it's Northern at the moment, isn't it? So I think this equivalent game is Boston last year, isn't it? So we're 2 games from the first round proper, which would be really exciting. And to give us FA Cup football is what it is, so form book goes out the window. So I think it's you'd like to be at home, but then saying that though, if it's going to be a difficult fixture, you'd probably go up there on the Saturday and then bring them to us on a Tuesday night. So at the end of the day, we just want to get through. So we'll take it. We'll do. The great thing is we're in a good position. They're focused. They believe that we can get through games. Believe that we can win games when not overly playing very well, which is a real good habit to have. And all this kind of stuff, the winning the games, the clean sheets, the goals, getting into the next round, it helps build the momentum and the buzz and the togetherness, because they're getting the rewards.
Okay, Marcus, thank you, and best luck for the next round. Let's have a good home tie, and we'll have a haircut later.
No, haircuts are in January, so I can't wait to see your hair in January.
It's bad enough now. You just got me before I could have it cut. Now look at it, like a yeti. So, wife not impressed. No,
well, we've the staff have got to, and the media team have all agreed, which I thought was absolutely fantastic, to agree to our challenge.
Was the
well, I think it's just really supporting of you that you've to help the cause that we won't have a haircut till January.
Well, there we are then. Thank you, Marcus, and we'll see you next week.